It's a sign of some sort when I was driving in this morning for breakfast television. Kickstart your tax prep. That's what we're talking about. And I've just been talking your ear off camera. Now let's get all this great information out to our viewers. Cleo, Hamel, so nice to see you. I told you I've been thinking about this over the holidays, and you said you have not.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, because I just want to get it done. I don't want to wait. I'm always late with it. I'm not going to be late this year. But let's talk about some common questions that people ask you at H&R Block. Sure. First of all, how much can I earn before I start paying tax?
So the federal tax rate doesn't kick in until you make more than $11,038.
Okay.
So, which is great, but you still have to file a tax return if you make less than that.
Why?
For a lot of people who are making less than that, it means that you could qualify for government benefits like child tax benefit.
Yes.
The GST, HST credit,
Ooh.
the Ontario benefit. If you don't file a tax return, you're not on the tax roll and you can't get that money.
Everybody should be filing a tax return. You should be filing,
absolutely.
Okay, good stuff. I'm a homeowner. Can I claim, what can I claim on my taxes? A lot of people ask this question.
People do ask because they hear a lot of stories from the U.S. about being able to write off mortgage payments or interest. We don't have that in Canada.
But what happens if you have your own business and you work from home?
If you work from home, it's a different story because you can write off home office expenses, but it's in proportion to how much office space you're actually occupying. So if it's 10% of your home, then 10% of your home expenses can be written off. Not 50% because you feel like you use the whole house. It's what do you actually use for business. But in terms of home owners, if you bought your very first house in 2013, you could take advantage of the first-time home buyer's credit. Saves you about $750.
Okay, I bought a new home, but it's not my first home.
No.
Oh, no. Okay. I started university in the fall. How much will my refund be?
Students ask this all the time.
Yes.
They have that tuition receipt. They look at that big dollar value, and that's the money they're getting back. No. If you don't pay tax in the year, you don't get money back. But students really need to file a tax return. Put that tuition receipt on the tax return because if you want to transfer to mom and dad, it has to show on your return first before you transfer the credits to mom and dad.
Okay.
Or for those of you who don't use it all and want to use it 4 or 5 years from now when it's really going to help, if it's not on your tax record, you can't use it when the time comes.
Okay. Another question. My father gave me $6,000 to help with the bills. Very nice, Dad. Do I need to report it on my tax return?
No. Gifts are not reported. But in those rare cases where someone's giving you money and they're charging interest when you pay it back, the person that charges the interest has to report the interest on their tax return, but the loan, not reported.
Oh, don't be charging your kid interest. If I move from BC to Ontario in December, can I still file a BC return? I would say yes.
No.
No.
You know, it's not about how much time you put in the province.
Well, the majority of the time was in BC.
I agree. It's where were you on December 31st? What was home? So if you're going to move, take a look at the tax rate in the province you're moving to figure out if it's better for you to stay there for an extra week or two or move before the end of the year.
Okay. I worked on contract this summer. How do I report the income?
First of all, I'm happy to hear you're going to report the income because it's really important that you do.
Okay.
Reporting contract income is a little different because you don't get anything formal. You don't necessarily get a T-slip that says how much you earn, but you do have to put it on a business statement. It's called a T2125. It's added to your personal tax return. Keep in mind, you can write off expenses against it. So just because you're on contract and someone's paying you this money, keep track of your expenses because you might be able to write off something against it so it won't be as big a hit if you have income only.
And you can help the person at H&R Block decide what they can write off, what they can't write off.
Exactly.
You can answer all these questions personally because people really don't know.
First-timers have a really difficult time with tax to begin with, so ask the questions now. And it's early enough in the year to start.
Do I have to claim common law if we keep our finances separate? Yeah.
Common law is not about how you keep your finances.
Okay.
It's about the relationship.
Yes.
And if this really is truly a relationship that's a couple, you are considered married. However, it's after a full year of living together. But if you have children, it's immediate.
Okay.
So you will always file your own tax return individually and separate, but there are some credits you could share, like medical expenses, donations, or if one of you is not working, the one that is working could claim you as a dependent, and there's some extra tax credits involved. So you investigate those things.
How do I claim stock that has lost its value?
You're looking at your statement at the end of the year and you really have a dud there. If you didn't sell it, it's not a loss. So you don't need to worry about it until you do sell it. When you do, it is reported on a Schedule 3, which is where you put your losses. Keeping in mind, losses can be written off against gains, which is a good thing. If you have no gains, you can go back 3 years And if you've got nothing from 3 years ago, you can hang on to them and use them in the future.
Thank you so much. For all the more information, you can just go to hrblock.ca, hrblock.ca, and of course we will have all the information on breakfasttelevision.ca. We're heading into you, Kev. Thanks for all the great information.
Thank you.